Hi everyone, welcome back to Jamal's Tube. You might have heard me talk about canister filters even though that video was not meant to be for canister filters. So today's video, I'm going to be diving deep into what makes canister filter system and why I would recommend it for aquascaping or just your own specific fish tank. Stay till the end of this video. I hope to present you a few of my inputs from the experiences I've had. There are different types of filter systems. The first one is the most common one. This is the standard canister filter. It's the most common and versatile, suitable for most aquarium tanks. The next is the UV canister filter. This is just a standard one as well, but it comes with a UV light. This UV light is used to target bacteria and algae blooms. Number 3 is the all-in-one unit. This is what I primarily use for most, if not all, of my aquascaping tanks. It combines heating elements, I don't use it, and other features like integrated CO2 systems. Number 4 is the compact mode, which is essentially ideal for smaller tanks where space is limited. Some popular brands out there in the market are number 1, for me, personally, I use a few of Fluval products. Fluval. So Fluval for its reliability, availability, and advanced features, like the Fluval FX6 for large tank or the Fluval 07 series, mostly used for middle-sized tanks. There's also Eheim, Oase, Sunsun, Sansan, and Marineland. I'll be going over the pros and cons. The first one is powerful filtration. Make sure you find a canister filter that can handle large volumes of water, ideal for heavily stocked plant and fish tanks. Number 2, customizable media. You can choose from sponges, biomedia, carbon, and more. Number 3, quiet operation. This will be a big factor if you're going to be putting your tanks in the living room or your bedroom, for example, where you don't want to be bothered and disturbed by the sound. And number 4, easy maintenance. You don't have to put your hand inside the tank if you want to take the filter out. The only times you might wet your hand in the tank is when you need to remove the outlet or the inflow pipes. The cons, the first point would be higher initial cost. Canister filters are pricier. That's one reason why it demotivated a lot of people to buy them. They're way much pricier than internal filters. Number 2, setup complexity. Requires more effort to install compared to plug and play options such as internal or hang-on back filters. You're going to be needing an inflow and outflow pipe, a few tubes for CO2 if you're going to be incorporating the all-in-one unit in your canister filter. Number 3 would be space requirement. It needs room outside the tank for placement. It's normally at the bottom of the tank. If you have a cabinet with holes on it, then you can slide the outflow tubes and inflow tubes in and out of the cabinet. However, if you have a stand like I do have as well, I just put them on the side. Number 4, regular cleaning needed. However, this point is something that is part of keeping fish. You will always need to keep your hands wet. To put your hand inside the tank to clean and do maintenance, to do regular cleanups. 1, to prolong the health of your canister filter to ensure all the products are efficiently working. Why would you want to invest in canister filters? Well, if you're serious about maintaining pristine water quality, especially in larger or heavily stocked tanks, a canister filter is a game changer. Its ability to handle bioloads, its customizability, and its efficiency make it a must-have for many aquarists. A few tips in terms of the tank size. Make sure that the output flow of your canister filter fits the tank size requirements. In terms of its flow rate, look for a flow rate of 4 to 6 times your tank size per hour. If you have the option where you can actually change the speed of the water outflow, that would be a better investment of your canister filter. Number 3 would be media options. Ensure that your filter has compartments, and these compartments can put a lot of different medias. For example, the Fluval 07 series that I have, the 407 has a higher output, but in terms of its volume for its bacteria media, it's more or less the same as the 307. If you check the dimensions, the 407 is slightly taller. It's taller because of the motor. This motor output is what makes the flow of the 407 much stronger compared to the 307. But in terms of media and the volume, you can see that in comparison between the 407 and the 307, in terms of its volume, it's the same. This is something that I noticed as well when I purchased my filter systems and in terms of budgeting my expenditure. This is a very expensive hobby, so hopefully this video helps you save some money and spend your money wisely, especially since you have to spend it. But it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. Number 4 is the ease of maintenance. I will be putting individual videos for the 07 series that I have, as well as the different types of filter systems I have and how I do the maintenance. However, for the tip I want to say right now is that if you are able to find out the compartment and how they look like for the canister filter that you want to buy, then at least you can imagine exactly how much you need to invest for the media homes for your bacteria. Number 5 would be budget. You should try to find a canister filter that balances performance and cost based on your needs. I have 2 different types of canister filters. They are more or less the same outflow levels. One is from Fluval and the other is, I forgot the brand, but I think it's a Chinese brand. My mistake if I'm wrong. In this case, the brand, you would be paying Fluval more for the same type of efficiency for both of these brands of canister filter. So this is something you want to consider as well. Though the well-known brands out there would provide better quality for sure, as well as customer guarantee in terms of anything happening to the product. However, if you can forego that and go for the cheaper one, then it would be beneficial as well in terms of your budget. Don't take my word for it. All I want to say is that between a high-priced and a well-known brand and a newer brand that not much people know, I would say that there won't be much difference. The thing to keep an eye out is, once again, the points I've mentioned earlier. Canister filters also have tubes that you need to consider. They are the 12 mm diameters as well as the 16 mm diameters. Mostly the 12 mm diameters are for canister filters that are very, very compact and smaller. The Fluval 07 series, all of them are 16 millimeters. So this is an information for you. Normally, the canister used for 2-foot tanks, 3 or 4-foot tanks and above, they will be requiring the 16 mm diameter. This is something I did not know previously. The most important bit of this video, why I would recommend a canister filter. Well, canister filter helps you connect both the CO2 that is required for red plants or intermediate plants that are not just anubias or ferns. Carpeting plants, stem plants are usually, especially the red ones, requiring of CO2. Now with a canister filter, you are able to incorporate both the CO2, the surface skimmer that cleans, bio load on top of the surface, and you can also get outflow pipes to match the requirements of the tank. There are different types of outflows that you can find on the market. There are the glass types and the metal ones. I'll be coming up with future videos on how to clean your canister filters or all the gunk from your filter systems. But essentially, these are the points why I would recommend to use a canister filter for your aquascaping tank. You will make sure that your plants will be provided sufficient CO2 through the diffuser within the CO2 and canister filter together as one. The distribution for CO2 will be throughout all parts of the tank. And with a surface skimmer, you will also ensure any nasty gunk that gets on top of the surface will be sucked out and into the canister filter. with your CO2 being properly distributed in the tank, I can guarantee you your plants will grow really fast, too fast, which is very nice as well because it creates that vibrant and luscious look of the tank that we all want. I want it too. However, there are times where algae growth and improper circulation can cause more harm than good. So I hope this video has elaborated a little bit more and influenced you a little on why you should be buying canister filters. You can get the cheap ones and you can incorporate different parts into it, or you can just get a good one where I can guarantee you it will last long, especially if you take care of it. It's gonna be lasting you for years to come, and if you ever decide to sell it off, no problem. People will always buy them. People will buy it at second-hand price. I bought most of my products second-hand because it's not cheap to have a few 30 tanks and to find filtration system to cover all 30 tanks under one roof. Anyways, invest in a canister filter. Your fish and your plants will thank you. That is all for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more aquarium tips. See you guys in the next video. Happy aquascaping. Peace!